So we just used this example with a single database to import data and revise it. The same works for data sets that come in separate files, and we can look at a separate example for that and make a new database here, or a new UT model rather, and then switch over to a set of example data in separate files. So here's December data and November data, for example, and these are all separate files. So if I do the same thing, I'll select all of these and drag them into the UT. So there's the imported data. As we saw in an earlier video, we can look at the various pieces of equipment in this model by automatically making channel folders. So I'm just going to do that really quickly. Say new folders. I'm going to recognize them via the device name. That's device, space, and then 4 digits. And that gives me all the various terminals in this case. And I'll just make a template graph that shows what's in the terminal. With a line chart. Take one example. So this could be Coltec flow against desired Coltec flow, for example. And then to make it a template graph, change the selection criteria for this channel to be present value CD flow, for example. So I'm going to say select for the words in the name, present value CD flow. And then the same for the set point, where I'm going to search for desired CD flow. So again, in the name, select the words desired CD flow. There's my template graph. And as we saw earlier as well, I can now change the directory for this to be any of the various folders which represent VAV terminals by selecting the channel folder here. So if I wanted to look at 5111 instead, there it is. All right, so with that, I've built my model. Obviously in real life I would have a few more of these, but that's the idea. And then I can re-import new data, which I'll simply drag and drop on top of this again. With multiple files, I might not have an exact match. So as I look at my December files, I might have a different number of files. For example, here I have 464, whereas in November, the original set, I had 911. So as I said in a report, make corrections. Corrections may have been made to some of these terminals, but not all. And that's okay too. So we're going to select all of these files again. And as before, the UT recognizes that some of these are the same. For the individual files, the names remain the same, but not all the files have been re-imported. The UT now asks for each individual file whether I want to merge, and then I can say, do this for all the remaining conflicts. I'm just going to do that. There we are, the data has re-imported. We can now see the example we were looking at here, 5106, did not change. But we can select a different one by going to the source folder. And for example, the third floor terminals in this case have all changed. So those are the 5.3 series. So these have all changed, and I can see the break from the original data set and the new data set that follows it. So there we go, same principle, even if I have multiple data files and if the data sets are not exactly the same in terms of the number of files.